Lane 1, USA. Lane 2, New Zealand. Lane 3, Canada. Lane 4, Great Britain. Lane 5, Romania. And Lane 6, China.
So the USA over on that far side, coached by Josie Verdongsot, the chief coach. In the bows, the 36-year-old Michelle Setcher, 2022 US Rowing's Female Athlete of the Year. In the stroke seat, Mary Jones. The Americans over there, this new powerful New Zealand combination. Shannon Cox has come into the bows. There she is, the Avon Oz woman, and from Star Club, Jackie Kittle. Two Canadians done a marvellous job through this regatta. Jill Moffat up in the bows from Western University Rowing Club in Ontario. Jen Casson from Kingston in Ontario, 27-year-old. British favourites, well, we saw the British favourites miss out on gold. What will Emily Craig in the bows and Imogen Grant do in this race? We have seen them under pressure this season, the world champions. In the lane next to them, Marina Lara Dimitriou. In the bows of the Romanian boat, just 19 years of age, here with Ilona Kosmiuk, double world champion in the boat from 2017 and 2018, won the lightweight women's singles last year. And finally, Zhou Zhaqi and Qiu Xingping from China, finished 8th in the worlds last year. They're an established lightweight women's double, coached by Cao Minyang. And that's your lineup in the lightweight women's double sculls.
We see this British double in front of us, and Martin, you said we've seen them under pressure this year. They were dominant last year, really, weren't they? This year it's the United States who've put them under pressure. They're up there in lane number 1, but with a slightly different combination.
Yeah. All these women had to weigh in at an average weight for the crew of 57 kilos 2 hours before the race.
New Zealand, Canada, Great Britain, Romania, China. Attention.
Start there in the lightweight women's double scull. And you mentioned that the lineup for the USA has changed throughout the season. Michelle Setcher in the bow seat, Mary Jones in the stroke seat, coached by Josie Verdongsot. And the thinking behind that is that he really wants to have 4 athletes developed over the next 12 months so that he can pick the best double for the Olympic Games next year. So Josie coming from a system and that system mindset rather than just winning medals here and there. It's about how do we create a system and have that sustainability to ensure Olympic performances.
Yeah, really good, interesting idea, the system mindset, trying to get that working in the United States. That's what they're doing with this women's double. But we saw just across the field, it's pretty even as we go, but it's actually the Chinese crew over here who've got a small lead out here coming towards the first 250, but pretty tight here, Martin.
Yeah, I'd say the British were edging out in front. There we see Emily Craig from University London Boat Club. Such a fantastic single sculler. Imogen Grant gets more of the headlines behind her. The Cambridge University medic, just qualified as a doctor this year. There's the powerful Jen Casson in the stroke of the Canadian double. It was an injury that stopped her running. She turned to rowing. This boat coached by Jeremy Ivey. She's teamed up with Jill Moffat. They're flying now this year.
So we see the Chinese on screen here. They started fast in the semi-final as well, but weren't able to keep themselves up there. Will they have something extra here in this final?
Well, the British last year were used to getting moving and just moving away smoothly from the rest of the field. I'm not sure if they're going to get to have it all their own way today. You can see they're sculling into this fairly strong cross headwind coming over their left shoulder. And as it is, they've got the crews to their right going with them pretty well, looking at the Canadians who raced at Henley Royal Regatta, now competing here at the World Championships.
Yeah, the Canadians in 4th, but I think even just being pushed back into 5th with the New Zealanders, this new combination of Jackie Kittle and Shannon Cox. We saw Rachel Kennedy in the crew last year. She moved out into the lightweight single scull here at these championships, and this crew seems to really be finding their groove. Currently sitting in 4th. Could they get themselves into a medal with this new combination?
And I just wonder if there is anything in the lanes, you know, if the USA and New Zealand might benefit from being on the far side. Britain out in front at the moment. And they are the fastest moving boat on the course together with the Chinese.
Yeah, that's right. The British out there in lane number 4. They'll be looking to their left. They'll be seeing the Canadians. They'll be looking to the right. They'll be seeing this Romanian double. But I can't help thinking they're going to move away from the crews on their right. I'm wondering what's going to come from their left. And it's the Americans who are starting to come through.
I have to say the British look fantastic. Just the time they've got forward. I mean, they're working incredibly hard, but just that looseness and fluidity.
Yeah, looseness and fluidity, getting those blades locked in, leaving those arms straight for a long time to let their backs work, move their boat past those locked-in blades. You can really feel that in the headwind. As you see Imogen Grant there in the stroke seat. She makes it look easy, but we know it's not.
Yeah, this British double pressed by the Americans in Varese. They just managed to hang on for the win. They also took the win in Lucerne and at the Europeans. Emily Craig, 30 years of age. Imogen Grant, hard to believe she's still only 27.
China and Romania locked together in those 2nd and 3rd positions, but very narrowly behind is the USA. But no doubt about the race leader, they're going to lead the field through the 1,000-metre mark. Great Britain with just a clear water lead of the rest of the field, but look how tight it is for the medals. China in 2nd, Romania 3rd, USA 4th, New Zealand 5th, and Canada in 6th. But 1,000 metres to go, I think there's going to be a real fight ensuing for those medals.
Well, it's going to be a long race into this headwind. They're through the 1,000-metre mark. Great Britain are where they'd want to be. They're clear water on the rest of the field. Now the race starts again for everyone else, and it is the United States over there on lane 1 who are leading the charge with the New Zealanders beside them.
Well, he took Molly Retford out of the lightweight double that pressed the British so close. Josie Verdonschot put Mary Jones into that seat. Let's see if his selection was justified in the second 1,000. Mary Jones from Alabama and the University of Tennessee, Michelle Setcher from California and the University of Tulsa. They still haven't edged back on the British, but they are in silver medal position. I think, is that just ahead of Romania?
Yeah, I think pretty much level. We've got the Americans on the far side there, just getting ahead of that Romanian boat. You can see it on the right of your picture. We've then got the New Zealanders and the Canadians over there, and it's only really China who went out so hard, so early, who are dropping off.
And this is unusual, isn't it, to see a lead of this margin in an event where all the women have to weigh in at an average of 57 kilos.
But I think it just speaks to the quality of this British double. They were the hot favourites for many people, and now you're seeing exactly why. A clear water lead over an event so difficult as the lightweight women's double scull just really demonstrates how incredible this combination of Grant and Craig are. As they come through the 1,500 metre mark, there is a fight happening for the medals as we suspected behind them. The USA look like they're clearly in 2nd, but the Romanians have pushed themselves into the race here.
Well, Emily Craig and Imogen Grant have been so determined since that Tokyo Olympics. They've worked so hard. They're used to winning races like this. They're used to getting up in front of the field. They're in the position they want to be. 500 metres to go to glory. As they look behind them, they'll see the Americans are creeping up on lane number 1. The rest of the field pretty much in a line.
Cool as you like, Imogen Grant in the stroke seat. Emily Craig two pretty similar in their speed in the lightweight single sculls. Still that clear water margin over the Americans. Romania now being challenged by the Canadians. I saw Jill Moffat look over her shoulder just to say to Jen Casson, look, we can still get a medal here. There are the Canadians.
Yeah, the Canadians have popped up to 39 strokes per minute. They're going for it. Are they going to challenge the Romanians for that bronze medal? The Kiwis desperately pushing themselves into it too. They step up to 39 strokes per minute. Again, this field is compressing.
Well, we see them on the far side of the course. That American double, they're pretty solid in the silver medal. Great Britain at the front of the field. We know the Romanians can sprint. We've seen Romanian crews using rate so far today. So it'll be a big, big move if the Canadians can work it up and get through into the medal positions.
Here we have the Americans on screen. They're still in 2nd place. They're trying to close a clear water gap, but they're not going to get there. The momentum is with the British. The British are going to take another gold medal today on this first A final day of Paralympic and Olympic class boats.
one of the most commanding performances you'll see. They led from pillar to post. Emily Craig and Imogen Grant, 2022 world champions. Now they cross the line to become 2023 world champions. Fantastic performance. The Americans hold on for silver medal from the charging Romanians. The young Marina Lara Dimitru grabs a bronze medal. Canada in 4th place. Over on the far side, Cox and Kittle from New Zealand in 5th. And on this near side, Zhu and Kui finished in 6th place.
It's an understated celebration, isn't it? Emily Craig giving Imogen Grant a little tap on the shoulder. Say, well done, clap, clap, we've done a good job. They're the world champions ahead of Sesha and Jones, who did a fantastic job over there, coming through, getting that silver medal. And then look at what it means for those Romanians getting that bronze.
Yeah, I mean, the Chinese led quickly off the start, but the British soon had their bows in front, and such a dominant performance, pretty much to rival the Dutch women's pair, really.
I think this is going to be a really interesting event at the Olympic Games next year. We know that the Americans have at least 2 combinations now that are silver medal quality. We know that, I think that the Kiwis might be the dark horse in this. That's a new combination of Cox and Kittle, and I certainly wouldn't write them off. I think we're going to see them come forward in leaps and bounds over the next year as well.
More to come for next year, but for now, Emily Craig raises a hand. 2nd gold medal in successive years.
So that gold medal for Great Britain ahead of the United States and Romania. The Canadian double, Moffat and Casson, pushed hard but ended up in that 4th position.
Great Britain. Great Britain represented by Emily Craig and Imogen Grant.